Too easy. And we're back. We're back.
Yeah.
Last time I said that by the time that we were doing this one, that I would have posted all the rest of them. I even gave a
I
specific
was,
date. I
I
said
was just thinking that.
December 1. I said they're all going to be posted, and then it's December 10. I actually meant 10. It was going to be
Yeah,
posted.
1 1 probably realistically.
No, I mean, well, yeah, when they're live, they're all
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
in the queue this evening. But
nice.
for any of my content creators out there, you know how hard it is to get all that posted. So, uh, you know, so be it. But it's we're on our way to being totally live. Candidly, I mentioned it, but I definitely watched the initial ones, and I was like, would have loved those to be better.
Yeah, but there's growing pains in a podcast like this, this
Um,
high quality.
Dude, first like probably like 100 episodes are
Oh, these are gonna be brutal first 100,
brutal.
but after that, if you stick through it with us,
Stick
you're in for
through
a
it.
ride.
We got a ride for you planned out. We actually have already have we got season 4 planned out straight to the end. Like we got the whole story
Yeah,
written.
yeah, it's like a
Speaking of
whole like Ted
seasons,
Lasso or Breaking Bad thing.
Breaking
Complete.
Brad. It's actually just some fucking jock trash guy who's sorry, it's about instead of drugs.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say what I don't even know what season of life that we're on now necessarily, but I remember we had season finale at the fish fry, and
Yep,
then
that was amazing season finale.
did we had season finale in the summer in New Hampshire, right? Last summer.
What was that?
I wasn't there, right?
Oh
This summer?
no,
Because you were saying it was season finale, but was it not? Was it a fake out?
no, I'm sure there was. My brain just doesn't work too well.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the tough part about being on this podcast is I have to remember everything and then just tell you because if I ask you to remember it, you have no recollection of anything unless it was
my,
this week.
I'm like really focused at the ski house and like I don't know, operating at a high level there. Outside of there, my brain isn't gone. There's
Wouldn't even
nothing going
recognize
on up
you
there.
inside the walls of the ski house because of how high you're operating.
Yeah, you could not think that's possibly me. I
Yeah.
operated at the level of Pete Weber inside the ski house. Second to
Elite.
none.
Yeah, you got to know when to hang it up, as Pete Weber would recently have said.
No,
But
he would never say that. Love
you
me
know
or
what he
hate
might
me, you
say?
watched. What? Who do you think you are, Ryan?
Um, how is the ski house? How is that house? I'm sure it's massively busy right now.
Extremely busy right now. Going good though. I had my nephew work for me today. He's 7
Nice.
and going against all of OSHA's safety
Yeah, big
standards.
sweatshop vibes. The
Oh
ski
yeah,
house. Big sweatshop
I had him
vibes.
in the shop today. Well, I had him helping customers when he could. Had him in the shop today. He was scraping wax off one of like the counters for a while. Had him vacuuming, and scraping the floors.
Was this
He
because you
was
needed labor, or is this because you just were in charge of hanging out with him?
no, my stepdad and him stopped by today, and he just
Okay,
wanted to stay with me. So he's like, "Is that cool if you stay?" I don't give a shit.
gotcha. I didn't know
And
if
he
you were
didn't want to
like,
leave, and he just no, he just kept asking for things to do. He's like, "What else can I do now? What else can I do?
yeah,
What else can I do?" So like, me and the boys were putting him to work.
put him to work. Go scrape that wax off that counter for the next
I,
45
I didn't even ask him. I look over. I'm like, "Hey, like, come over here. I want to show you something." He's like, "I'm cleaning this." And he was just chilling for like it's like somebody gave him an Adderall. He was just focused scraping all the wax off for like 20 minutes.
I live for this.
Yeah.
It's
So
kudos to him for
so we're gonna
putting
get
a lot
shut
of
down
effort.
soon.
Yeah, I know. Good thing that you mentioned that on a podcast. That's obviously going to be world famous once it's posted.
Yeah. It's gonna get out there, it's gonna blow up. And I'm
As soon
operating
as this
a
goes on.
child sweatshop at the ski house.
Yeah, I mean, hey, what are you gonna do? Kid's begging to work, and he
Yeah.
didn't want to get paid.
The children yearn for the mines, you know?
The children yearn for the
Yeah.
money. They're begging.
They're begging to go back to the coal mines.
Yeah. So, well, good. So, I'm glad that's going well, and or at least is busy.
Yeah.
That's the only notable part about it, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the most notable part
Yeah.
as of late. Did I tell you about the crazy kind of not crazy, but like a kind of insane person we had the other week? His first name was Helmet,
Oh,
if that gives you
nice.
any idea.
On purpose
Comes
or?
in, yeah, I guess it's German.
Oh, okay.
But
I
he
was thinking like he was just like a ski bum and he like wanted his name to be Helmet or something.
no, but it definitely throws you off. I helped him last year, and he's very like eccentric, very
Mm,
particular.
yeah.
So he came in this year. I'd actually called him when we got some like boots in at the start of the year to let him know because he was looking for
Oh,
boots
so
last year
you
and
were
didn't
you
have
were
them.
reeling him back in. You wanted him to come back.
Well, so I called him at the start of the year when we got some boots in for him, and he didn't answer. This woman answered, and I was like, "Oh, can you leave a message for him?" Sure, so let him know his boots are in or whatnot. And he came in the other week, and uh, he was asking, "Oh, did the boots ever come in yet?" And I was like, "Yeah, I called you like 2 months ago." He's like, "Well, you had a bad number."
You got a bad
I'm
number.
like, I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like, I called the number we have in our system. He goes, "Yeah, it's a bad number." And I go, "Okay, well, I talked to a woman on the other side of the phone that said she would leave you a message." He's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, that's my wife." Fucking floored me.
That's my wife. You can't trust her.
Yeah, no, this guy was an insane man. Um, so I had one of my employees help him, of course, because I
Yeah,
couldn't deal with this at 7:30 after like a 12-hour day.
sure.
And he ended up finally getting some boots that worked with him. I think we had to stay like half an hour late with him. He was constantly like nitpicking how we talk about things
Mhm.
at the shop and like saying like he had an issue on the top of his foot with a boot. And he
Mhm.
asked my employees, like, "Do you understand what the problem is?" It's like, "Yeah, it's like the boot's hurting you right in the top of your foot." And he goes, "You clearly don't understand me. You need to go get Zach."
You clearly don't
um,
understand.
yeah, and I kept on pointing there, and he's like, "No, it's my shin." I'm like, "Dude, that's not your shin. That's your ankle." Like, no. But he kept being adamant. There was something just not ticking right with this guy.
Sure. Yeah.
I But I don't know. He was a weird cat, and then he was asking about different ski mountains to go to. So he takes out his fanny pack, and outside of the fanny pack, he had a little notebook that's inside a Ziploc bag. It
Nice.
pulled everything out and like unfolded it and started writing notes down as far as like different resorts to go to. Um,
Interesting. As you
yeah, and
think
this little tattered notebook that he needed to like press back together because it wasn't like binded together anymore,
you think
and
with
then
being
put it
such a
back in.
ski fanatic that he would know the mountains to go to.
Yeah, I mean he does. Oh, also when he finally pulled the trigger on everything, I don't know, this fucking cracked me up. He is like, "Oh yeah, sweet. I want to buy skis, boots, bindings, the whole thing."
Mhm.
And we told him the price. I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be like, $1,300 and not, 1390." And he was
Mhm.
like, "Can we do 1300?" I'm like, "No, no negotiating." It's like, "Okay, cool. Let me call my wife. She's gonna scream at me for a while." We're like, "Oh, do you want some privacy? I can walk away." And he's like, "No, it's okay. You can sit right there."
No, you can hear this.
Dude, it's so strange.
She's gonna scream at me for a while.
He was just dead serious too about everything. Like, was not joking. He wasn't like doing Ron Swanson like dry humor. It was
Yeah,
just funny time.
she's gonna scream at me for a while. I want you to hear
Yeah,
it.
no,
I
exactly.
want you
I'm
to
like,
know
I'll give you
what's
some
going
privacy. He's like, "No, you don't have to."
is this over $90 or is this like she's screaming at you about the $90 or is it about the
You couldn't
total bill?
save the 90.
Yeah. You son of a gun! I told you to spend only $1,300. It's like, please, Mr. Pavel, can I do $1,300? And you're like, no negotiating. It's
Oh,
like my wife's gonna kill me. But
also, yeah, this guy owns a dental practice, and just seeing how this guy operates his life, it was insanity. I'm not doing him justice by telling this story. Like, he's way more ludicrous than how I'm telling it.
that is
But I
crazy.
couldn't
The
believe
fact
that he
that
owns a dental practice.
yeah, that he's responsible for that much. I don't know. I mean, it's not like a I don't know. Maybe it's I'm thinking it's like more high pressure than it is, but like it's kind of a serious thing. You can't like just be like, you know,
No, I'm
oh
sure he's like really good at that, but like I don't know, he just really threw me when he didn't know where his shin was, so to speak. Um,
you're gonna go in there and get your teeth done. And you're like, do you understand what's bothering me? And be like, yes, it's your front teeth. You're like, no, these are my molars. Like,
yeah, you clearly don't understand me. Go get somebody else.
you clearly don't understand me. Um, I have no plaque. I have zero plaque. don't
Yeah.
bother. But yeah,
So
very strange.
so that was a fun one. But yeah, we've had some fun people in the ski house.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I mean, at least they're buying stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah, he bought it and he asked for us to call him when it was done. And we called him and he didn't answer. So I can't wait to see why we
yeah,
were wrong this time.
yeah, and his wife will pick up again. Are you, did
Oh
you?
no. He gave us a different number. Like while my employee was helping him, he like came back into the shop while I was doing something else, and he was like, "Hey," he's like really adamant that like we change his number in the system. Like now, he's like he's like extremely nervous that it's not going to get done. Like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna do it right now. No worries.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, there you go. That's helmet back again, year 2.
yeah. He's a strange cat.
He'll be
He also
back.
keeps his giant fanny pack on him in case he gets lost on the mountain. He has a lot of phone batteries and stuff in there, so he doesn't run out of battery if he's lost off the back of the mountain.
But he still takes
Now,
it.
mind you,
Ski
this was
shop.
in the ski house that he said that.
This is so if I get lost on the mountain, I'm still good. Like you are aware we're not on the mountain right now.
Yes.
You do you know where we are? And like
We're in the ski house, not a mountain.
do you get it? He's like, yeah, this is the ski shop. The whole world's a mountain, man. Like,
If you think about it.
yeah, if you really think about it. Well, that's great. I hope it's going well. You got any Christmas deals going on there? Any end of the year
Nah, fuck them.
discounts? No negotiating.
No, no negotiating. No, I mean no discount deals. Like we did a Black Friday thing. But yeah, no, nothing like special for Christmas. I mean, we only have like a 7-month season to
Yeah.
make money, so we don't have like we started doing our deals in like February and March.
Yeah.
Once like the end of our ski seasons come to a close.
No discounts, no negotiating, no soup for you. Just
Thank you.
turn into you can be the ski Nazi. That's what you can be.
Yes,
No.
I should. I think some people think I am sometimes.
People often refer to me as such.
I've heard that before.
Well, good. All right. Well, good to know that that's going well. And
Yeah.
as I mentioned, far more interesting than my job. So
Yeah, I was gonna ask any like helmets in your job or anything
oh
like
my
that.
God, I work with people in the restaurant industry, so it's like
Well,
50
yeah.
helmets. We're just a bunch of kooks, craziest people I've ever worked with, really. And they're very, very, very particular.
No.
So I actually had a good, interesting scenario recently where there was a restaurant that we had worked with, and the guy was particularly persnickety, like very, very, very detail oriented.
I love that word.
Yes, oh, great word.
Persnickety. Oh,
Yeah. And we started working with one of his friends who's like evaluating the product, and he's got a much bigger brand, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that guy, he's really picky." And so then we started working with this guy. He's just as fucking picky. He's the same thing. Like he's literally well, you guys like the cut from the same cloth. Like I don't know how you're like this guy's so picky. Like, you are doing the same things exactly that he did. So yeah, it's a lot of that. A lot of folks who just yeah, like like how you are like a small business owner and you don't
yeah.
operate like a corporate culture or anything like that, obviously, because that would be insane. It's a
Yeah, I
lot
mean,
of
I had
people
a
like
child working for me today.
me trying to play a very straight line. You're like, yeah, I literally had child labor going on there.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of
yeah, no corporate culture indeed.
yeah, it's a lot of just like not necessarily child laborers, but like just a lot of like very different like cultural style and like
Yeah.
the way that people go about their business. So it's
It's like a lot
usually
more lax.
yeah, it's pretty casual,
Yeah.
but it's also like they'll just say whatever, and just like try to. It's not always like if I were to prove X, Y, Z to you, you would buy this. It's sort of just like on a whim, like you'll
Yeah.
get guys who are just like, well, man, if you could do this, then I'll do that, and then you do that, and they're like, well, if you could do this also, then I'll do that.
Yeah.
And then try to kind of jerk you around for a while, but it is what it is.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I mean it's fine, it's busy. So it's just a crazy time for button things up for into Q4, end of the fiscal year.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, I'll tell you.
Yeah, this is Q2 for me, pal.
Yeah, Q2.
buttoning up Q2.
Just wait for Q3.
Oh my god, Q3 is gonna boom. Actually, Q2 is really booming.
Yeah.
Q2 is where it really booms at the ski house.
Yeah, Q3 is always tough, but
Q3 does all right, but Q4 is absolutely abysmal considering we're not open.
you're not even open at all. It's like $0 Q4.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good in the sense of it's not good, but that's how it works. So it's fine. But
No, it's good. I
uh
was just curious, is like there a busy season for you typically?
yeah.
Like certain time of year?
I mean, it's tough like for my specific role because everything is always still monthly. Like in other companies,
Sure.
it'll be different because they usually do things quarterly. But obviously, my company is very focused on doing things like rapidly and keeping the pace. So every month, there's always like a busy season in each month, which
Okay.
is usually the last week of the month is typically pretty crazy. And then as far as like busy seasons go, it'll be like uh summer is like interesting because a lot of the restaurants are super busy. So it's
Yeah.
like hard to get them to do things. But at the same time, they're also noticing all the inadequacies that they have in their systems and their
Sure.
setup and operations. So it's a lot of just like, okay, just tell me what you can do right now and can you fix my problem? And if you can, how soon could you fix it? And like how painless it's going to be. Versus like right now, it's a lot of people who are like busy for the holiday season, but they're also knowing like in Q1 they're going to reevaluate a bunch of stuff. So it's like
Yeah.
it just gets to that kind of point. But yeah, no, it's a lot of like ebb and flow in the buying cycle, but then our job's also focused around like implementing the solution. So it's like there'd be like busy seasons for the buying and then busy seasons for the implementation. And then like one
Okay.
week a month is always kind of chaotic. So I would say in summation, probably half the year is busy season and the other half of the
All
year
right.
is like normal-ish. And then we have 2 or 3 months out of the year that are like slow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's
So it seems to really ebb and flow.
kind of, yeah. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
nature of it for sure. But hey, enough about me. Actually, not enough about me. Notably, entirely separate from work. The highlight of my week was that I actually went to a thrift store and I got a new PBR T-shirt. So, uh,
Oh,
yeah.
do
So,
tell, do tell.
I'll do more than tell. I'll show. And this is what we got here.
Oh,
Yeah. It's kind of
god
got a
damn.
can't really tell. It's kind of got like a metallic-y thing going on here, but
It reminds me of like one of the fonts you'd use in like PowerPoint while making a presentation.
oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
It also kind of gives off like wrestling t-shirt a little bit.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So
I like that. Oh,
good stuff. Got that on the cheap at my favorite thrift store. So, I'll say job well done to myself. And
enough about me.
enough
Now
about
back to
me though.
me.
Actually, let me double down on me. Yeah, no, that's that was it. That's kind of what's going on. What about you got anything going on outside of work, Anything?
Not much. Oh, co-ed soccer.
Oh, nice.
Co-ed soccer.
Nice.
I am the cardio king.
The
I just run
cardio
around that field for 50 minutes. Don't do jack all. That's about all I got going on.
yeah,
Yeah.
crushing it.
Oh,
Not
I'm sorry. That cougar noise just reminded me. I had this customer today.
just we reel it all the way back to that.
Hold on. I had this customer today, and he was. I don't know. He's like from New York, but he's like in Nantucket, but he was traveling here to like get his skis tuned up. I have no clue what's going on with this guy.
Yeah.
And then he's going to Florida tomorrow. And he was just like, I was like talking. He's like, yeah, I got to get going. I got a date with a cougar later. And this guy was like fucking 60 something. He was like 60 years old. And he says, I have a date with a cougar. I'm like, how old is this woman?
I don't know. I guess the question is, at that age, is anybody you date a cougar?
No, because I feel like a cougar is more of like an older woman preying on a younger man, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's like where the term comes from.
Yeah.
But
No,
this guy was like in his like must have been like early 60s, and he goes, yeah, I got a date with a cougar later. I got to get going. And I'm like, what do you, how old is she? Like 90? It's just not making sense.
crypt keeper woman. No, I feel like maybe I must be the interpretation is that he's thinking that traditionally she's a cougar, but she's making an
Well,
exception for him.
maybe I didn't go into specifics. I was just like,
Oh, of course. Why
I
would
think
you?
I don't know. I wish I had, but it was like I couldn't think of any words after hearing that. Kind of shut my
Yeah,
brain off.
I guess I don't know. Does the age gap for cougaring get smaller when you get older, or does it get larger? You know,
No, I would assume it stays about the same, but
like if you were dating a cougar now, that could be anybody like over 40, which
yeah.
is
So
not
like,
that big
if
of
for
a
instance, this guy would have to be dating somebody like over like 80.
Yeah, it's true. Could be, I don't know, 80's the new 70, you know? It's who knows? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how did he emphasize the word cougar in the sentence?
I mean,
Or
I heard it clearly.
no, I mean like did he
He
say like,
it,
"Oh, I got a
he
date
seemed
with a cougar later," or did he
yeah,
say
he
like,
seemed like
"Oh, I got
proud
a
of it.
date with a
He
cougar later."
no, he seemed like he wanted to like he obviously wanted to make sure I heard and knew that he was going on a date with a cougar.
He really wanted to. So he said,
Because
"I want a date with a cougar later."
it
So
was like
double down.
something along the lines of it was just like yeah, because he could have said anything. He could have said, "Oh, I have plans. I need to like I got some plans later. I gotta get going." Like
Yeah.
good enough. I got a date. I gotta get going.
Mhm.
Sure. I got a date with a cougar. It just really threw me on my heels.
Maybe he thought that you would be into that. Like maybe he thought that he was picking up on a vibe that you were like you were gonna be like, nice, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of vibe I could be giving off to think that I would think that him going on a date with a cougar is nice. Like, what kind of
Yeah,
vibe is that?
I don't know. I mean, just
We didn't talk that much. It was like very like it was like just a normal transaction going on. So it wasn't like we had like a whole like hour of talking together and he brought that up. It was like
yeah.
probably a 5 minute exchange. So
He's like, dude, this guy's gonna love this.
yeah,
Like,
dude, this guy's young. He'll like cougar talk.
maybe he's like, he thinks that he looks younger than he is, so he thought
I mean,
that.
his hair was white.
I'm like picturing a guy who's like he's like I'm picturing an older guy, but he's wearing like kind of like a hello fellow kids like outfit,
Yeah.
like dressing like he's much younger,
No,
like
no.
he's some
Picture
beach
Grandpa
bum.
Joe from Willy Wonka. That's what you're looking at.
He's hobbling in. I have a date with a cougar later. I already broke one hip with her, but I
He also kept on saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be getting any more boots anytime soon. It's gonna be it for me. I don't got much longer on this earth." I'm like, dude, you're like 60. He was like making it sound like he was gonna die in like a week tops. He kept on saying that. Like, I don't have much time left. He must have said that at least 3 to 5 times in this 5 minute conversation.
very strange. I don't have much time.
Yeah.
He walks right up to the front desk. His first sentence out of his mouth: "Listen, I don't have much time left, so I'm gonna need these fixed up now."
It's essentially it. I only got a couple seasons left in me. I don't got much time left.
I don't have much
Like,
time
dude,
left.
like you're 60. I know plenty of people that ski into their like 70s and 80s. Like, what? So
I
sorry that that got us completely off topic of co-ed soccer.
Going on?
Yeah, exactly.
but yeah, no, that's an interesting one. I really I would be curious to get into it. I like the scenario though, but yeah. I don't know. The I don't have much time left is kind of bumming me out to be honest. Like it's kind of a sad
Dude,
sad note.
after like the second or third time he said it, I was like, I had to say something. I was like, dude, what? No, like that's not how this works.
You sure he wasn't just like a really rough looking like 51?
No, because they write their age on the slip, so he was like 60.
They write their age for you?
Yeah, we need the age to set the bindings because if you're older in age, we set the bindings differently to account for bone mineral density.
Bone mineral density. BMD.
Yeah.
Wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's
I
interesting.
never thought of that. Yeah. Because like typically the older you are, like the softer your bones get, so the easier they are to break. I say typically, but if you're like it's sediment, no,
Sediment?
no, it's not sediment.
Uh,
You know what I'm trying to say though.
we were talking about sediment earlier, so that makes sense.
Sedentary.
Sedentary?
Sedentary. Thank you. If you're sedentary, yeah, that can it can just like most people are. Your bones get weaker over time.
I also had no idea what you were leading into when you started that sentence. So I
Oh my
was
god, dude!
guessing
Once
it.
again, most of my brain power is just all in the ski house. Once I leave there, it's like the orb of confusion's been turned on.
You just
Yeah,
nothing.
fucking hell.
Nothing of note going on
That
there.
hurt. Yeah, so that's something.
That's the Arnold grunts over and over.
Oh,
I wish that was clear when it came through on the audio, but what are you gonna do?
yeah. I was like
Um,
struggling to listen to that.
yeah, that's why I need you to get the soundboard as well, so that I can also
It's
live
true.
in the land of confusion.
Yeah.
But that's good. Fantasy football. It is Sunday, so
Yeah. Oh, I gotta check that shit out.
yeah, we
So,
got a couple
did you make
teams.
it into the playoffs yet, or
Well, yeah. So here's what the scenario is
all right? Yeah.
I'm definitely in,
Oh
but
yeah, you had a really good record this year in this league.
yeah, and then all of a sudden, here comes the fucking snake back again with his old, low points
How is
against.
he 8-5?
He's got the fucking same record as me. We're talking about Marcus, for anybody
Yeah.
who's is curious. I have over 280 more points scored than him.
Yep.
280, and I have taken a beating. I've taken my lumps of over 300 more points than he has that's been scored against me. Crazy.
So I didn't mention this before to you, but there was this website. I gotta find it again, and you can plug in like any league.
Yeah.
Like, so I plugged in our sleeper league, and what it does is like you can pick out different like stats or whatever. So I plugged it in and showed what everybody's record would be depending on if they had everybody else's schedule.
Yeah.
And essentially, like Marcus's schedule for him was like the perfect schedule to like land like this, and like anybody else's schedule is like losing record, like awful, awful.
Incredible. Incredible. And the
Yeah,
worst part is I'm playing him today. We have the same record. We're in the same division. I've been winning the division every single week since like week 3. I had this
yeah.
locked up. Now he's coming in and he's gonna beat me this week and he's gonna steal my bye.
He's gonna get the He's gonna get the number 1 seed.
In that division. Yes, he's gonna steal
Yeah,
my bye week.
that's insane.
I'm irate
Freaking
about
insane.
it. I can't
Wow.
believe it. Yeah, it's
Uh,
it's incredible. We had quite
well,
a matchup going on there, and of course, I played all the wrong players and got effed. So unless Tyreek drops like
get
a
F in the A.
45-point game, and
I mean, that's
Achane
not out of the
doesn't,
question.
yeah, I just need too many
Like,
points.
you have 2 amazing players going, right? So Tyreek and Achan.
I thought
Yeah,
about
you
benching
still got a
Mahomes,
shot.
too, but I couldn't do
Oh
it.
my god,
Started hurting.
he looked disgusting.
Yeah, he played so bad.
I
I
don't
don't
blame
know.
you though.
I don't know what I'm gonna do about that in the future, but what are you gonna do? So now I gotta go win another
Well,
game, prove I'm good.
looks like I'm going to make the playoffs.
You're gonna make the playoffs now? Why?
Well, because I'm about to. Well, I pretty much beaten Presley. She's only got the kicker left for the Eagles right now, and I'm up 30 points.
So you're gonna
So
go
I'm going to make them.
Is she gonna? She's not gonna miss, is she?
She might,
Oh
because
my!
I'm gonna.
She was winning the whole
Yeah.
thing the whole year.
Oh wait, where's Kara at? That's more.
She's at
That's
seven
pretty
and six
important.
as well.
Yeah. So if Kara wins and I win, that might. Well, that's probably going to drop her down because I'll have more points scored than her at that point,
Wow. And
and
Haley's
she'll miss the
expected to
and
win
she'll miss the
then.
playoffs. Wow.
Wow. She was in first for like 7, 8 weeks. At least.
Wow. That'd be insane.
Yeah, that would
Because yeah,
be.
if I outscore her by 20 something odd points,
Yeah.
that'll put me over points.
I don't want you in the
4, and she'll
playoffs
miss.
either. I don't want you. I'm hoping you miss.
Oh boy, I want to
I
be
don't
in
like
there.
your conniving attitude in the playoffs. I don't like it. It's just
Yeah,
too
as
much.
much as Marcus is a snake, I'm a weasel.
Yeah,
Like
you
with
are a
every
little
league
weasel.
or a lot of leagues, I mean, I just somehow weasel my way into like making into the playoffs.
Fucking vermin over there. I don't want it.
Yeah,
I don't
just
want.
barely.
Yeah. Well, now
So
would if you get in, then I think because I'm not gonna get the bye week. So um, oh, I had such a cake opportunity there too, but yeah, I don't know who I'm playing then.
yeah, it looks like
Well,
Kara's gonna win.
you know who I really
Yeah,
don't
it's
want
gonna
to
be
play? I
sick.
don't want to play M because her
Oh yeah, what is up with that?
team's very good.
Yeah,
I do not want to play her.
would you at this current moment? Where do we
Um,
see the current playoff bracket? There should
well,
be a
on the
section.
brackets, yeah, if you go to league and then you go to
Yeah, like
standings,
week
then click
15.
playoffs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Um, because Marcus is supposed to play M right now, but he's going to be,
Yeah.
so I'm going to drop down to his spot.
Yeah.
And M's in a really
That's fucking
tight
good.
battle actually right now to get a win. And if she loses, she could also be out.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah. Because she's
I
7.
honestly, this is probably one of the better competitive years of the league.
Yeah, this week is also quite a wild ride. So,
Yeah.
it
Said
is.
M could be out of it. Yeah, no shit, huh?
Yeah, if she loses, so and she's got a tight battle with Estrella right now. So
Wait, so how could she be out of it if she loses? Because doesn't it take 3 from each division?
I thought it was by. I thought it was.
It
Is
might be
it
by
by each
division.
division? I thought it was first. You also the divisions only matter for who wins, and then after that it's by overall
Oh,
rank.
okay, all right.
I think
Well, it's gonna be. I don't know how this is gonna happen, but
because you're out right now because you would have lost to her earlier in the season.
yeah. Well, it goes by points for. I'm pretty sure. Total points.
For a tie.
If we have this, yeah, if we have the same record, it goes to total points.
Yeah.
So
Curious stuff. Should be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna be.
but if she loses, I win. Okay, this is gonna be a fucking tight heat.
I know. It's getting back. It's getting interesting again.
Yeah.
Getting interesting again. So, but yeah, that's going on. So that's pretty good. But other than that, next episode we'll have a guest. We'll talk about some Christmas stuff.
Yep. Special guest. We don't even know who they are yet.
TBD. Yeah, so we'll get that going. As I mentioned prior, I'll be home in January, so that's pretty good. And it sounds like New Hampshire is going to be on the 27th weekend.
Yeah.
But also TBD, not secured yet. But that would be great because I can go to that. So that's
100%.
good. Yeah.
I'll be there.
Good. Great. Excellent.
Good.
Good. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I think we can meander for 5 more minutes or so.
you want 5 more minutes of content out of this?
5 more minutes of So
This guy's absolutely evil, just torturing the viewers. I think we can get 5 more minutes of content out of this.
Hey, we're on our way. We're already at a minute in.
I mean, yeah, I think that's the beauty of the meander. I gotta say, after your review of the Mallard last time,
Did you go check it out?
Yes, I have definitely been there in person since our last conversation.
I'm glad.
I did not tell you I was home. Didn't tell anybody. I just flew home.
No, as long as you checked out the Mallard, that's all I care about.
Yeah, I haven't heard any other positive reviews.
Who have you heard reviews from?
The people, and they're
What people?
Well,
What's some
I
fucking
talked to
names?
Marcus, and he said that he drove past it, and he said it looked like
He just
he drove by it, so it looked like a dome, and he didn't want to go in there.
Drive by Jillian's on any given night and tell me what the fuck that looks like. There's
Yeah.
usually some vagabond hanging out outside the fucking place.
Yeah, you mean some townie who's smoking
Yes.
cigs. But no, I haven't heard any other positive reviews about the Mallard, so I don't know.
You haven't heard any reviews.
I heard it looks shitty from the front.
You haven't talked to one person that's been in there.
Well, your review, there was literally almost nothing positive about what you had to say about it in my mind. So
Did I tell you I got a Corona there?
no, and that doesn't even help. Why would
Well, it was in a can.
Yeah, no, I'm sure did they even have limes?
They did, but it's weird having a Corona in a can.
Thick or thin limes?
I think they were thin.
It's a thin lime bar. I'm a thick lime guy all day.
They don't got much margins on these goddamn lines.
I'm a thick lime guy. I don't want to go to a bar that does thin limes.
All right, I don't want a thick lime yamming that shit into my Corona though. I got lime juice all over the place.
You just gotta get it in there.
No, you sometimes have a lime that's too thick.
I would rather have it be too thick than too thin.
Yeah, but how do you get it in? You got to yam it. You got to squeeze out the lime beforehand, all over the floor, and then yam it in. It's
I'm getting in there.
It's horrendous.
I'll put the whole lid of the bottle in my mouth and just push it in there.
What is that going to do? That's not going to push it in with your tongue.
You don't know.
You're just going to deep throat a Corona bottle.
You don't know what this tongue can do. But no, I want thick lime. I want a thick lime all day. I wanna get acid reflux for how much lime juice is in the beers that I'm drinking.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Like I like a thick lime, thicker, just not so thick you can't fit it in the bottle.
Hmm. No, I mean I agree. I do. I like I get that, but I don't want thin. There's nothing worse than when you order a Corona and you get a thin little wispy sliver of lime.
Have you ever had a lime in a PBR?
Have I ever?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever put one in. Actually, that's a total lie. I absolutely have because we definitely had this conversation before and we've definitely done
No.
this.
Yeah. Not too good.
I think it's probably fine. Like I don't think
Eh,
it's gonna
it's not like
overpower the
Corona.
flavor.
No, it doesn't overpower the flavor. It's just not like a Corona.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you
Well,
gonna
I think that was about 5 minutes.
I don't know if that was 5 minutes, but I'm glad that we rehashed somebody else's original conversation to make sure that we had on this podcast. Good stuff. Yeah, we gotta start thinking about who's gonna be our guest for our Christmas content. We'll be doing that
Mhm.
not next Sunday, but the Sunday after, I think.
Oh,
Christmas Eve.
are we gonna be? We're doing a Christmas Eve. Are you sure about that?
You
Hit him with
sure
the drop.
about that? You sure about that?
Yeah.
No, I don't know about that. I can't do it next Sunday, but we can
Mhm.
find another day as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a feeling Christmas Eve might be a little bit tough.
Mm, I mean, what's more important than this, right?
Getting some thin lines at the Mallard.
All right, we're done.
All right.